All right, trying to go live on one of my other social media platforms. Okay, I'm live everywhere. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Uplift past Crossroads. If you're watching from my podcast, so you're watching a playback, obviously, of this video, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to my podcast, Uplift past Crossroads, as well. I'm on every podcast platform you can think of, but mainly go to Spotify, all right? But I got a treat for you guys today, all right? So I'm streaming on a lot of my social media pages, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, like on Thursday, what was yesterday's date? Thursday, April 13th, 2013, I received a message at my work, right? So somebody DM'd me basically on our chat system. So I work at a company called Ernst& Young, otherwise known as EY. It deals with taxes and stuff like that, but I'm mainly work with the developers and software. So I'm a part of the software development process. So that's what I do for work. That's my 9 to 5 for now until I can preach full time and give you messages full time, guys. So y'all pray that happens, man. I can just post out way more videos than you could ever think of on social media and stuff like that. But I got a treat for you guys today. So this is what this person DM'd me on we call it Teams. It's that application called Teams. So maybe you use it for your work. That's what we use. But yeah, so this person DM'd me this. So let's go ahead and look at the DM that she sent me. It blessed my soul. So it sparked something in me to do a video on what she said. So she said, this may be the most random ping you get today. It's the most random ping I probably ever gotten during my since I've been working as a QA analyst, a software tester, a manual tester. So this is definitely and I've been doing that for like almost 6 years now, guys. So yeah, it was random, right? So she said this may be the most random ping you get today, but my mother-in-law just texted me and said she follows a young man on Twitter who posts really good stuff. And in trying to find out who she was following, she saw he might work at EY in Nashville. Turns out it's you. Wow, somebody found me at my work from what I do on social media, guys. Ooh, man, we're about to have some fun on this video. And she said, I thought I'd let you know the positive impact you're having and also what a small world we live in. Thank you for posting thoughtful, articulate, and positive messages. You're welcome, man. Like that message blessed my soul. Like, and honestly, I get a good amount of messages, like, so I'm used to like stuff like that. But like what she said really touched me and resonated with me. So, and I want to elaborate on why, right? So I titled today's video planting seeds any and everywhere, right? Any and everywhere. Planting seeds any and everywhere. Are you doing that, right? So on my YouTube channel, Uplift Past Crossroads, you know I have a lot of playlists on my YouTube channels. Playlists on anything you can think of. Guys timing, me explaining Instagram posts in Twitter posts and quotes of the day. Like I have that playlist as well. I have verses of the day. Like I have a whole lot of playlists on my YouTube channel. Playlists on guys timing and stuff like that, right? But on my YouTube channel, I just started a new playlist and it's titled Life Verses, right? So Life Verses, this playlist is just talking about all the scripture verses that touch me and it resonates with me. Like all the scripture verses I applied in my life and that mean the world to me. So that's what that playlist is, Life Verses, right? So this video will be on that playlist when I'm done with it. So you might want to go to that playlist and just watch all the videos that I've done and all the sermons that I preach and Sunday school lessons that I do on Life Verses. And also Justin and other people, I have other people come on to my YouTube channel to share their life verses and stuff like that. So we can tear it up together and just elaborate on why it's our life verse and stuff like that. And so, yeah, and also I got another playlist titled Instagram Posts Explain. So in explaining why her message touched me so much, her DM, I'm going to be bringing a lot of visuals to you guys about, and it's all these visuals are coming from my Instagram pages. So Trouble Don't Last is one of my Instagram pages. My other Instagram page is my_day_Bible. So these pictures are fire. So let's go ahead and get to it. So this person DM'd me and said that her mother-in-law, right? So I don't know how old her mother-in-law is, but she's definitely not 19 or 20, like, so so yeah, so I'm just surprised anybody can follow me that's older than me. You know what I mean? Because I'm so youthful and stuff like that. Like, so yeah, I like when older people follow me, man. I'm starting to get in that crowd now. So like I hope they follow me now, because when I was young and nobody followed me. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get to it, man. But she said that her mother-in-law been seeing my posts that I post on Twitter, right? And so one of the quotes I was going to say to you guys is actually, let's start off with the scripture verse. So what's the life verse for today? The life verse for today is Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verses 1 through 2, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verses 1 through 2, right? So this is going to bring us to a different level with the DM that she sent me, right? So here we go. So Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 1 through 2, the New International Version reads, "Ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, even in 8, right? You do not know what disaster may come upon the land, right?" Let me read the King James Version. King James Version reads, "Cast out bread upon many waters." See, I know you heard this verse before. "Cast out bread upon many waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7, and also even to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth." So when this person DM'd me and said that her mother-in-law like saw my Twitter post, followed me on Twitter, and see what I do on Twitter, like that touched me, man, because that's just Twitter, right? So this is one of my life verses. This is one of the verses that touched me and resonate with me. So I heard this life verse a lot of times, like in the pyramid scheme things. Y'all ever been a part of pyramid scheme financial stuff? So Transamerica was one for me. I try to be a forex trader. That was another thing. Uh, and I lost $2,000 doing forex trading. But yeah, I did a lot of like financial, trying to get more money schemes that that they got going on and stuff like that. And one of the scripture verses that they used was this one actually, Ecclesiastes 11, 1 through 2. And they were right in a sense when they just talking about investing, right? And when it comes to investing, you're just planting your seeds upon many waters, right? It's a thing called diversifying your money, right? They say that diversifying your money when you invest is the safest way of investing because it keeps you from having it keeps you from being too risky and like losing everything on one stock, because like one stock can go down. We just saw that scripture verse, like, you know, evil and calamity strikes in this world, so you don't know which venture, which seeds will grow, you know, and will not grow based on life circumstances, right? So yeah, so going back to what this person did me, man, like, yeah, she said that it's a small world, and she's surprised that somebody at EY, posts positive and articulate and thoughtful messages like I post, right? And so that's just on one of my platforms on Twitter. You guys get what I'm saying? And so one of the things, yeah, let me keep on honing in on that one, right? So um, yeah, when it comes to just investing, well, not investing, when it comes to planting your seeds upon many waters, one question I was going to ask you guys is like, what is your dream? What are you trying to do in this world? What are you what did God call you to do, and what are you doing in order to get to where He's called you to be? Because in order to get there, you got to plant seeds. You got to continually invest in that venture. You see, because life is all about investments, right? Some people think investments just mean investing your money. No, that's not the only investment. Who you marry is an investment. Like where you choose to work is an investment, right? Who you choose to be around and love and be friends with, and then mentors, psychiatrists. Those are investments, right? So in life, you're gonna make you can either have good investments or you can have bad investments, right? So you gotta plant your seeds wherever you can. So utilize your resources, utilize the opportunities that's in front of you, utilize everything. You guys get what I'm saying? So ship your grain across many waters, right? So this is why this verse touches me so much. So like this is my life, one of my life verses, right? It's not my number one, but it's one of my main ones, right? Why I do everything that I do. And so that person that DM'd me, man, just like that DM touched me. And she did it for my work. See, that it's not just a DM from my social media platforms. I get those all the time, right? This person DM'd me from Ernst and Young, EY. Like somebody at EY see the impact in the things that I do on social media. And I didn't even know it had an impact. You know what I mean? So like sometimes I don't think it does. So that's the whole point, right? You keep on planting seeds, you keep on making investments, you keep on doing the work, right? Because you don't know which one will grow, right? So the more you choose to invest, the better off you'll be, right? And that's another thing. Like when it comes to planting your seeds upon many waters, right? Just that saying, man. Ship your grain across the sea. Cast out bread upon many waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Right? You're gonna get a return in your investment if it's a good investment. And then sometimes a lot of people want the return right now. A lot of people want the rewards right now. A lot of people want the victory right now. They want to have their dream life right now. But it's not, fruit doesn't even grow that fast, right? Caterpillars don't even turn to butterflies that fast. Like nothing in life is like a microwave, and you can microwave your food and it be cooked already, or it be hot already. Like nothing works like that in life, right? Not when it comes to wanting to achieve your dreams and reaching new heights and new levels in your life. Like none of those things works, right? So yeah, it just takes time. So, like one thing, another point I was gonna say too before I move on is, your life consists of and is an accumulation of and a product of all the investments that you have made. So the question is, are you making good investments or are you making bad investments, right? So a good question too. So, what are you doing with your money, right? So how am I? But before I even go there, right? Like this person DM'd me and it touched me so much, right? But I'm making a lot of investments with my life, so I'm gonna share some of the investments that I have done. But before I do that, let me just read that scripture verse again. So today's life verse that I'm focusing in on is again Ecclesiastes 11:1-2, and it reads, "Ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, even in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land." Right? So with this verse again, like before I even talk about myself and give a life application when it comes to me and why it's my life verse and stuff like that, right? You got to keep on investing. You don't give up when one investment doesn't work out because guys, some of the investments that you make in people aren't gonna work out for you, right? Like who knows? This investment that I'm making with the AME Church, I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't know. Like I don't even know why I'm in it, right? Honestly. So like, but it's an investment, right? At the end of the day, it may not work out. It may work out, but either way it goes, it's still gonna be a lesson. God's still gonna use it as a process to make me and to mold me to who he wants me to be and to get me where he wants me to go and all those things. So, like, disaster may come upon the land in our lives. Some stuff may not work out for you, right? But that doesn't mean you stop investing all completely. You got to keep on making investments. You got to keep on trying, keep on growing, keep on evolving because all you can do is plant and all you can do is water. That's it. God is over the increase. That's what Paul said in First Corinthians, I think it was First Corinthians chapter 3, when all the Corinthian church was beefing about which prophet was the best prophet. Some followed Peter, some followed Paul, some followed Jesus, but they only followed Jesus to say that they followed Jesus to make themselves look better than other people, right? But Paul's whole point is it doesn't matter who you follow. Nobody's better than anybody. Like some people thought they were all great because they go to Elevation Church with Pastor Stephen Furtick, and his church so big, so my church is way better than yours because you don't go to a mega church like me. So just because my preacher's so great and Arthur and the best known preacher ever right now, like Joel Osteen, even like just TD Jakes, I keep on going, like their ministries, like it craps on everybody, small churches and small ministries, right? Like in some people's eyes, they think it's so grand and so great, like there was a true men of God. But Paul was saying, no, that doesn't mean anything, right? People who water and preach the gospel and teach his word or stewards or deacons or whatever, like they're all planting seeds, they're all watering, right? They're not over the increase. God is. So God is the only one who can boast about that. Like we don't want to boast about who our preachers are and stuff like that. But I got sidetracked. I forgot why I said that. But anyways, let's keep on going. So why does this verse touch me so much, man? Like, and how am I planting seeds, right? So I'm planting seeds in multiple ways. One way I'm planting seeds and casting my bread upon many waters to see how it can grow is with stocks and cryptocurrency, right? So invest in my money, right? So are you investing your money? Because I hope you are. I really do, guys. Because like there's so much money to be made in the market. There's some, and it's always will be a lot of money to be made in the market because Wall Street needs to make money. They want to make money. There's a lot of greedy people in this world, a lot of government people like secretaries of states, politicians, Republicans, Democrats, the Senate. I don't care. Like there's people higher up that want to keep on making more money. I don't know why, for different reasons, right? So like money will always be made in the stock market, in in the crypto market now, in mutual funds, in ETFs, in index funds, whatever you want, right? So there's so many different ways to invest your money. You don't have your money sit in a bank account because inflation is always going up. The price of living is always going up, right? My parents lived in an apartment when I was, around 5 or 6 years old, and they only had to pay $600, $800 to be in a 3-bedroom apartment. Now everybody got to freaking pay $2,000 just to be in a 1-bedroom apartment, and that's like the average. That is sad and pathetic, right? And that's just what apartments. I ain't even talked about cars, getting a new car. I ain't talked to. And then back in the 50s when they got a house, did you know? Look it up. Look up how much money people paid to get a house back in the 50s or 20s. People only paid freaking $2,500 or $5,000. I wish. You know how much houses cost now? I'm trying to get a house right now. Me and my fiance, we're trying to get a house before, well, in the process of getting married and stuff like that. So, like, I'm not even gonna talk about that. It's not even worth my breath and frustration right now. But houses are expensive, guys. Like everything's expensive, and it's just gonna go up. So I don't know why you think you can live off the money that you just make from work. Unless you're making $400,000, no, you cannot do that. Not with inflation, not with taxes changing, like, and the government stealing even more money from you, like in multiple ways. Like, stop. So you have to invest your money. Like, so like I invest in stocks, like, and I do that because I'm really good at picking stocks. I've been good since forever. Like in 2016, I predicted Tesla was gonna go up to what it is now. Like in 2016, when Tesla was at $40, like I knew Tesla, it just made sense. Like they had too much going for them, and they had no competition. And Tesla's only going up even more. Tesla hasn't even touched where it's gonna be because it's gonna be. It really is in the top 6 of the best stocks ever, like already. But like it's gonna be number 1, like hands down, like crapping on every other stock. And I mean Apple, Facebook, you name it, Amazon. It's coming for Amazon. Like Amazon number 1, kind of. Like no stock ever is like Amazon. Or you could say Apple too, but like no, Amazon. Amazon was at $3,000 before they did the stock split last year. Now it's at $100, $91, right? So as you can see, I study a lot about stocks. But anyways, guys, like you gotta invest your money. You gotta put your money to work. You gotta do something with your money, right? You can't just let it sit in your bank account and just lose money instead of growing your money, right? Because the stock market's always gonna go up and it's always gonna go down. And you need to make sure you invest your money when it's down. And nobody wants to invest. And everybody say, don't invest right now, right? You never invest when everybody else is investing and everybody's hot about GameStop or Amazon, AMC and stuff like that. Like all those, what was it called? I forgot what they called it. But yeah, they were trying to get at Wall Street and stuff like that. You know what I mean? AMC and GameStop. So yeah, okay, I'll just stop talking. But yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum too. Like that's something else you should invest in as well, man. Because like, man, virtual reality, man. I'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, guys, that's one way I'm planting seeds upon many waters because I left so much money on the table, right? If I just would have invested in Facebook in 2016 and Netflix was at $30, $40 as well, just like Tesla back in 2016 when I first graduated college. And I knew to invest in them, but I listened to other people. I listened to my dad, and he says just don't do stocks, do mutual funds. Sometimes you just don't need to listen to your parents. Like be confident in what God tells you to do, and be confident in who you are, and just do what you know to do. If you know it's the right thing, right? That's what I just said it did. So now I'm doing it now. So I'm gonna just say what I already know what's going up. Like and they're my game winners. I'm invested in 3 right now for stocks. Like I got rid of everything else. I'm only invested in winners, and that's Facebook, Tesla, and Palantir. So Palantir is my baby. That's the next I think they're gonna come close to being like Amazon. But if they, oh my gosh, man, if they just have like all of social media and all of virtual reality as their clients, so that means the whole entire world, all the users and everything. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that Palantir can be the best stock ever if that happens. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, guys, so that's one way I'm planting my seeds upon many waters because you don't know which one will grow, right? So not investing is gonna cost you. Not planting seeds is gonna cost you. You see what I'm saying? Like you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving success on the table. You're leaving increase on the table. You're leaving blessings on the table. Why are you doing that? God's trying to give you a feast and you're not accepting it because you're not planting seeds. You gotta plant them, right? So that they can grow. You gotta invest in them so that they can grow. You see what I'm saying? So ship your grain upon many waters because you don't know which one will grow, right? So that's one way I'm planting my seeds, right? Another way I'm planting my seeds is what that person DM'd me, right? I shared earlier at the very beginning of this video why I even did the videos because I got a DM from somebody at my work saying that her mother-in-law uh, saw me on Twitter, been seeing everything I've been tweeting and everything like that, and she's touched by it. And I worked at EY. She figured out the person that DM'd me figured out I worked at EY as well. So like, man, that touched me so much. And that's because I've been planting my seeds upon many waters on social media, right? And so guys, I asked everybody earlier, what's your dream? What are you trying to do with your life? Like, what are you doing? What steps are you taking to actually get there to be able to do it? Because if you don't invest in it, if you don't put in the work and actually try to do something about it to get yourself out of the pickle, out of the hole, out of the life that you don't want, then you're never going to get it, right? So you have to invest, right? And so how am I investing? Every single time I post on social media, it's an investment, right? And I post a lot, right? So now I'm starting to post more than I've usually been posting the past year, but I used to post 3 times a day, right? The goal is to post 8 times a day, but you have to have a lot of content to dish out if you're going to do 8 times a day, right? Because that's what goes with the algorithm. The more you hit people with stuff, the more seeds that you plant, the more it can grow. Because you don't need a lot of likes. You just need a good amount of likes on one post. So if you post 4 different posts and you get a good amount of likes on each one, all those likes accumulate for a whole entire day. So whatever the percentage, whatever it adds up to out of all the 4 times you posted, that's how much it's the social media is going to promote your post, Instagram or Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, right? So yeah, so one thing I was going to say to you guys is like planting your seeds upon many waters. In that last part of that verse says you don't know what disaster may come upon the land, right? So this is why you need oh man, this is powerful. This is why you need to plant your seeds upon many waters. So guys, if you don't know, if you go to my Twitter page, so again, here goes my social media pages, all of them right here, right? So you just follow me on all of them, befriend me on all of them, like all my stuff on all of them and stuff like that. But mainly the highlighted ones, or like the main like LinkedIn or Facebook page. I only got one Snap or TikTok, but every other page I got a lot of different accounts under one social media platform. But anyways, guys, why do you need to plant your seeds upon many waters, right? Because it says it right here, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. Guys, an evil struck my Twitter page. I grew my Twitter page, Trouble Don't Last. So I had that one since the spring, so September 2012. So that's when I got that Twitter page. So back in college, right? And I freaking lost it. Like somebody stole my account. Look at this. Like he changed my account name to Ferris Official. That's why his butt got suspended and lost my account. But anyways, like calamity struck me. I lost 40K followers. Do you guys see this? I lost 40K. Like, have you ever lost 40K followers before? You don't know how it feels. Not just that. I had another calamity strike me, right? And what was the other calamity that struck me? I lost over 100,000 followers total on all my platforms together. Maybe more, maybe like 150, just because of how I posted in 2020, like posting political stuff, or you want to call it political. You know what I mean? So like I lost followers from the seeds I was planting. So again, you don't know what calamity may strike. Now, here's the kicker. When I lost my Twitter page, Trouble Don't Last the first time, right? So and he changed the name to Fritz Official or whatever. Like when I lost that Twitter page, I had two backup Twitter pages. So my backup Twitter pages are both of these two right here. So one of them's Uplift with Dr. J, and the other one is Uplift podcast. So you guys, here goes all my Twitter pages. So I have 5 Twitter pages, right? So I had 2 backup fan accounts. Those fan accounts were at 10,000 followers each. So even though I lost my 40K Twitter account, I had 20K followers still, right? So plant your seeds upon many waters because you don't know what calamity may strike, right? So I had investments. I invested in multiple accounts. So even though I lost my account, I still had some of my following. I didn't have to start from the bottom, right? At what rock bottom. That's what happens when you plant your seeds upon many waters. Like when calamity strikes, you have a foundation to stand on. You know, that's what the goal should be. Like you should be investing in so many stuff, building a solid foundation that eventually, when calamity strike or something bad happens, you can stand. Your house won't crumble and fall, right? Because you have a good solid foundation, right? And that foundation wasn't even that good. Now it's even better. Like that's the whole kicker. You gotta learn from your failures, learn from your mistakes. Like I lost my well, it was stolen. My Twitter account was stolen. Trouble don't last because I didn't have two-factor authentication. Make sure you have two-factor authentication. Like you got to have some type of protection on all your accounts because if they get into your account, if they don't have access to your phone, they can't get into your account. So like you got to have a backup plan, right? So and I had it on all my other accounts. You saw all my social media pages, but the one social media page, the 40K following on Twitter, that one, Trouble Don't Last. I didn't have two-factor authentication, but every other account I did. But it's okay. You live and learn. Now I have two-factor authentication for that one. And not just that, um, I got better. Like, I improved. Instead of having just 3 Twitter accounts, now I got 5. So I added 3 Twitter accounts just for one Twitter account that I lost. So now I have 5 Twitter accounts. You guys see that? So plant your seeds upon many waters. You don't know uh, what tragedy, what life will throw at you, right? This is why you do that, right? Cast your bread upon many waters, right? There's different seas in the world. You got the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Black Ocean, the Red Sea. Like you got all these different waters. Why are you just in one pond, right? When you get the whole world is your oyster, or whatever the saying is, the whole world is your canvas. I don't know the saying, but you guys know, man. So like that's just with my Twitter account, guys. You guys see that? And then also I got multiple social media pages, right? So I have an Instagram page, right? And not just an Instagram page. I have how many? I got 5. So the last one's my fashion page with my fiance. So you guys make sure to go to my fashion page with my fiance and like our photos on there and follow us on there. So Glamour Meets GQ is our fashion page. And then also, yeah, these are my fan accounts. Uplift past Crossroads and then Uplift with Dr. J. So I never tell y'all about this. Like these are my fan pages, my backup accounts. So if something never happened, Lord forbid, because it's so hard on Instagram to grow with. Oh Lord, that hurts. So yeah, Trouble Don't Last and my _day_ Bible. Like those are my babies, man. Like I be posting like crazy on those. So like, yeah, you guys see what I'm saying. Like I planted my seeds upon many waters. So like ideally I need to start like unfollowing people with Uplift past Crossroads and with Dr. J. So with my fan pages, but I haven't done it yet. But I post the same content. I have unfollowed people on those fan pages. So like I have a different audience on those. But you guys get what I'm saying? Like you don't know what can happen if you keep on planting seeds, right? That's the whole point. The whole point of this video is plant seeds any and everywhere because you don't know what will happen, right? I told you I have a YouTube page and a podcast. I have a YouTube page and a podcast. So my podcast is different than my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is different than my podcast. Upload past Crossroads, right? So I'm done talking. But like, yeah, and so I keep on planting seeds, like regardless of if anybody sees it or not. So that's another way I'm planting seeds. So I have these colored a different way. So my fan page, Upload Past Crossroads, on my Facebook page, and then my Tumblr page, Tumblr Last #1. Like nobody likes anything on my fan page on both of those 2 pages, and even on my other fan pages on Instagram and on I can't say on Twitter because like I retweet the same stuff I post on the fan pages and stuff like that. So, but like yeah, on a lot of my accounts though, obviously I don't get any likes. I don't get any views. Like I'm live right now on LinkedIn as well. Sean Christopher Jenkins, by the way, if you want to be connect with me on LinkedIn. But like yeah, like there's so many accounts where I don't get likes and I don't get views, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop posting. I'm gonna give up. Like you gotta keep on planting seeds regardless of if it's working or not, because it takes time for something to grow. It takes time for a seed to grow. Everybody expects it to grow overnight. And that's another thing too. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but like I started my new Twitter page, Trouble Don't Last, right? I started that July of 2021. So July 19th, 2021. And look at it already. It's already at 22,400 followers. So I guys, come on. Like in just how what's it's 2023 now. So it's almost July 2023. And I guarantee by July 2023, I'll be at 30K. So like I'm only 10,000 followers away from 40K where I lost my account. You guys see what I'm saying? And that happened because I keep on planting seeds, right? And they're starting to fester, they're starting to bloom, they're starting to blossom and grow. And I didn't know that that could happen, right? But it is. Hey, can you turn on that light so they can see me? No, this one. Uh, no, you don't. You can reach over me. Sorry, guys, I'm talking to my fiance. Reach over me. Just don't knock down nothing, especially this. My arms are not warm. Well, I can't do it because I'm in my pajamas and I don't want them to see it. That's why I'm warm. Whatever. Don't hurt yourself. My fiance she doesn't live with me, but she's at my parents' house with me. So like I can utilize her right now because I know I don't want to be dark on YouTube or stuff like that. But anyways, let's go back to the whole point of the video, guys. So somebody sent me a DM and they were just talking about how they saw my their mother-in-law, so not even her mother-in-law, somebody I don't know, that's not at EY, right? Saw my tweets and everything that I've been posting on Twitter, right? And she didn't even say which Twitter page. I told you guys that I have multiple Twitter pages, but that's the whole point. You keep on investing and keep on planting seeds because you don't know which one will grow and what will happen if you keep on being consistent, right? If you keep on showing up, right? So, yeah, guys, and yeah, man, there's just so much I want to say to you guys, but let's stay on point, man. So one way I keep on doing that is just keep on posting on my social media platforms, whether people see it or not, right? And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. So this is actually like a teaser video for a new series I'll be doing. I think I already have a playlist on it, but pretty soon I'll be doing a lot of sermons and Sunday school lessons and videos on y'all know the parable of the good soil, right? That Jesus told. And so there's 4 different soils, right? You got the thorny ground. You got the thorns. You got the rocky ground. You got the wayside. Man, I love that saying, the wayside. And then you got the good soil, right? So those are the 4 different grounds that you can plant seeds on, right? And I told you guys, like, sometimes nobody watches my videos. Not anymore, right? But there was a time where nobody watched my videos at all, especially Facebook. Like Facebook, now actually people watch it and like it. But there was a time where nobody liked it, nobody watched it. Then with the stuff that I posted on my Facebook page, like the status, when I post a quote or like a picture from my Instagram page and stuff like that, like nobody liked that. But now I get a good amount of likes now. You know what I mean? But it's just blossoming. Like this is not. It's nowhere near where it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So like like I said, in the parable of the sower, you can plant your seeds on 4 different grounds, right? And I'm gonna talk about the wayside real quick because that goes with what I was saying. Like so many people give up when their seed doesn't grow. Can you mention that door's closed, the garage? Like not the garage door, but that next one. All right. But yeah, guys, so many people they give up when it gets hard, right? Like especially let me just use social media as an example. Like no, I'll just make it broad. Like whatever you're passionate about and whatever you're trying to do with your life, a lot of people stop when it doesn't go their way, right? Or when the going gets tough. Like by the wayside, like when they're lost. That's the wayside, right? Because they're planting seeds on the wayside where nobody's looking, they're getting no support, nobody's watching, nobody cares, right? And that's the way that they feel. but like you got to keep on planting seeds, right? Even though people are trampling on what you're planting and what you're trying to invest in them, right? And then also you got to keep on planting seeds, even though they don't eat up the wrong people, eat up the message and destroy it, right? Because they stepping on it, they're trampling on it, like they don't care about it, right? There's certain people like that, right? That's the whole point. Like we're planting our seeds and we're trying to make steps, do the steps that we need to do, right, in order to get to where we're trying to go. But like some people just don't care about what you're doing. Not only that, they don't agree with what you're doing. And then some people don't like you, won't ever like you. And just because you're doing something, they're not going to support you. They'll never like your post. They'll never support you with anything. And they'll never stand for you for anything, right? So like, and they don't agree with what you're posting either, right? But you keep on planting seeds regardless of how the wayside is, right? So that's only one soil, right? Another soil is the thorny ground. Like you plant seeds and then it grows a little bit, but it gets choked out and suffocated. Why? Because like it dies. Like you started off too hot, like it grew too fast, but then you let life circumstances stop you from keeping on planting seeds, right? So instead of keep on going in the scorching heat when it's hot, right? Oh, that's another ground. That's actually the rocky ground. Let me not say that. But instead of like keeping on doing what you're supposed to be doing, being consistent, you give up, you get suffocated, you get choked out, right? Because it gets too hard for you, and you have to go through the thorns, through trials and tribulations. You guys see what I'm saying? But you have to keep on planting those seeds, keep on watering them. That's to keep water the seeds. Because you gotta water, you gotta cultivate the ground, you gotta get rid of the weeds. You have to put in the work in order to help that seed to grow, right? A seed doesn't work, a seed doesn't grow by itself. You have to do your part, right? And so that's only the second ground. Another ground in the parable of the sower that Jesus told is the rocky ground. So it's not rooted. The seeds that were planted is not rooted in the ground properly. So this is too close to the sun, too close to the heat, right? So most plants die because of the heat, right? It can't handle the heat. They're fine with the sun, with photosynthesis and stuff like that. But it's the heat that scorches them, that kills them, right? So like the heat, so like the negativity, the negative comments, the negative feedback, negative responses on social media, like I can't let that get to me, right? It's the same thing for you. You can't let the negative talk, the negative criticism, and all that stuff get to you. You got to keep on planting seeds regardless, right? And so then you got the good soil, obviously. The good soil grew up, it increased, it yielded fruit, and it was fruitful. You guys see that? So which one do you want? Which ground do you want? What do you want to happen with your seed? Because the seed didn't just grow fruitfully and abundantly. No, it grew tenfold, 30-fold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, right? And it just depends on how great you cultivated the harvest, right? How great did you take care of the seed and did you continually pour into it, right? And so, guys, that's what I've been doing with my social media pages, man. I've just been pouring into it for years, but I made a commitment in 2018 to post like I've been posting, you know. So what you see now is what I started in 2018. Now I had social media pages since 2012. So I've been in the social media game for a while, right? But the whole point of this life verse is you don't stop, right? It takes consistency. And that's some of the stuff I wanted to share with you. But I don't know if I want to share it for this video because I'm doing two different videos, right? But I will say, like, with consistency, guys, like one of the most important principles of success is developing the habit of consistency. You'll never see a successful person that's not consistent or who wasn't consistent to get them to where they are today, right? They were consistent and that's why they got there. So consistent action creates consistent results. You'll never see the results you want to see if you're not consistent, right? If you don't keep on doing what you know you need to do in order to get where you're trying to go, right? So there's power in taking small actions consistently, right? So what do you want to happen with your life? What are you doing to make it happen? Because guys, we're partakers with God. Some Christians are just praying, asking God to, bless them, give them the life that God told them that He wants for them, right? But like they're not putting in the work. You're partakers with God. We're co-workers with God. Like we have to put in our part, do our part for God to do his. If you want to see God's miracles, you got to do your part. You got to be obedient. You got to be faithful to where he called you to. You know where he called me to? Social media, right? And that's nothing too. How did you probably don't know what yours is, but let's just talk about it. Like, what's your purpose here on this earth, right? Your purpose is what you're passionate about. Now, how do you figure out your purpose, right? What are you passionate about? What do you love? Like, what is always on your mind? It never gets off your mind. And it's like an itch. Ooh, I did a video on my YouTube channel. I need to share it with you guys. But I called it an itch that you just can't scratch, right? An itch that just won't go away. Have you ever been itchy before, right? And have you had a bad itch that you can't scratch? That's what it's like having a purpose and not living it. It's a constant itch that doesn't go away. It'll never go away until you scratch it. Only way you can scratch it is if you do your part. You keep on doing your part because you got to keep on scratching it for the itch to go away, right? So you have to keep on doing your part, being consistent for the itch to go away, right? Some people go through life, a lot of people, most people even, I would even say 99% of people go through life without ever scratching their dreams. Ooh, scratching the surface of their dreams, without ever living their lives without an itch. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of itches in life. You can itch anywhere on your body, right? So we got a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of ambitions. But like, how are you scratching them? Like, are you scratching the surface with them? Like, are you doing anything with them? And that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep on scratching, right? So like, that's the video, guys. Like that person DM just really touched me. And like, not just that, let me just go ahead and bring this to a different level. So like, I have a lot of visuals on my Instagram pages that I posted about planting seeds. So I titled this video Planting Seeds Anywhere, right? And so before I go there, I really want to hone in the point. So how am I scratching my itch, right? So my itch, what is my itch? I know some people probably asking that based on what I said. So my itch is obviously preaching. I want to preach. I want to have my own church, right? I think that's a given. But I don't just want to have my own church. I want to be an evangelist. So kind of like Billy Graham, but more like Steve Jobs in technology, like with animation. So that's another one of my goals. So I'm trying to create an animated ministry, right? Teaching the Bible. Not no VeggieTales. Don't say that. I hate when people say that. More like Pixar and DreamWorks, where the animations relate to every age, everybody. And it just preaches and speak to everybody in different ways, but it's the same message. Then you can keep on watching the same parable, the same testimony, the same story in the Bible that I animated, or just a dream that I had or somebody had, right? Because everybody has dreams. And if I animate them, then I could preach sermons on them. Everybody has a visual and knows what I'm talking about. Then God and the Holy Spirit can speak to you and pull out even more stuff, right? So that's one of my goals, like animation. Not just that, I want to create a Disney Channel of my animation. Not only that, when I die, a whole Disney World of my animations, right? So I want to be Walt Disney, like you know what I'm saying? Like spoiler alert, right? Hey, and then I want to preach, write books, author, right? So that I got a lot of itches, right? And I'm trying to scratch them. How am I trying to scratch them? I told you, every single time I post, I'm scratching the surface, right? Every time I unfollow people, right? I'm planting seeds upon many waters. That's the key. Many waters. That's Ecclesiastes 11, verse 1, like we talked about. We got to cast your seeds upon many waters. If you don't cast your seeds upon many waters, if you're banking on one thing that you're doing working, that's a fool's game to play, right? In this life, because there's so many ventures, there's so many avenues to go down, there's so many ways to be successful. And if you keep on pouring into different ventures, who knows, maybe all of them will grow. That's the whole point of Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1. Let me go back to that scripture verse again. So that's the life verse of the day, guys. The life verse of the day is Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2. It says, ship your grain across the sea after many days, and you may, because you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, even in 8. Yes, even in 8. You guys get that? There's a reason why it says that. The King James Version said, give a portion to 7. So plant seeds on 7 different ventures, right? And also to 8. And also to 8. That's the key, guys. Like, you got to keep on investing. Now, I told you earlier, you can't just invest in everything. You got to be very diligent and you got to, what's the word I'm looking for? You got to be very discerning about what you're investing in, because you don't, like for me with stocks is a good example. So I asked everybody, do you invest financially? I'm only invested in winners. I'm not invested in no losers. Like I was invested in, don't judge me if you're a Christian. Like I was invested in two weed companies, Avant Brands and Planet 13. But like they're called speculative companies. Like I'm not investing in nothing speculative. I want to invest in for sure bets. Like if I was in a coma for 50 years, I want my investment. I want to have $1 billion when I get out of it from investing in Tesla, Facebook, and Palantir, and Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like that's all I need. I don't need anything else. Some people aren't as risky as me. Like they'll be like, "Why would you invest in Doge? Like it's too risky." And that's not even risky. Risky is investing in a speculative thing, like Avant Brands, Planet 13. I would even say Corsair Gaming. I was investing in Corsair Gaming. Like this stuff was kind of like speculative. And when I say speculative, I mean like if everybody in the world can't be like, yeah, I know that company, like that company, wow, like you know what I mean? Like if 99.9% of people can't do that, like everybody does that with Tesla. Like there's a lot of cons and negatives like Elon Musk about Tesla. But you can't say like Tesla's not like the best in what they do, and they're not evolving and growing. Like hell had to roll over and be cold for Tesla to go bad. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're too far ahead. But anyways, guys, the whole point is like we got to keep on planting seeds. We got to keep on investing. That's why I titled the video "Planting Seeds Any and Everywhere." So many people have stopped planting just because one thing stopped working. Because it even promised in that verse, you know, evil will come. It says evil shall come. It says, I'm going to read, let's look at this verse together. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2, give a portion to 7 and also the 8 ventures, right? For thou knowest not what evil shall come upon the earth. It says shall. What evil shall come? It's coming, right? Jesus promised that in John 16:33. In this world you'll have tribulations, but be of good cheer. I've overcome the world. So evil's coming your way. It said in Matthew chapter 5 verse 44, it says the rain shall fall on the just and the unjust, right? The just. Some people think, you know, as a believer and as a Christian, God's not going to, I don't have to face no challenges, no problems. Like when you're saved, life's great. Like, no, guys, you can have cancer too. You can die too. The sun, lightning can strike you too, just like it strike, you know, an unbeliever like Hitler or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not exempt from trials in this life. So, like, just because you're God's child, you're God's chosen one, doesn't mean something that you invest in is going to work out. Not everything's going to work out for you. Spoiler alert. Some chapters in your book are going to be bad chapters of life. Just because God's trying to teach you something. God's trying to draw you closer to him. God's doing something new in you. It's all about growing and becoming more into his image. You don't know. But what you do know is you need to do your part and plant your seeds upon many waters. And oh man, God is speaking now. Like now we're on fire. Like y'all remember that parable of the talents, right? I always reference this on my YouTube channel. It's crazy. Like every video, God just be talking. So like with the parable of the talents, the master gave 3 servants different talents, right? One servant got 5, another servant got 2, and then another one got 1, right? Long story short, 2 of the servants with the 5 and the 2 talents that the master gave them invested in them, right? Invested the 2 talents that the master gave them. And they ended up with even more talents than what the master gave them. And the master gave them even more, basically, right? Their ventures worked out. It worked out. They invested in 5 ventures, 2 ventures, and it worked out. They got double the money than what the master gave them. But then there was one servant, the one, he only had one job to do, and he didn't do it. He had one talent given from the master. And what did he do? He hid it. He didn't do anything with it. He decided to just live his life and do what he wanted to do, and didn't do anything with the resources, the talents, the abilities, the life, right, that the master gave him. Are you doing the same thing? You got to plant your seeds upon many waters. Plant your seeds any and everywhere because you don't know what will grow. And spoiler alert, let me spit some game to you. Let me tell you about the power of social media. We live in a technological age. You better utilize Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all these social media platforms, Snapchat. You better utilize them while you got them. Because when we're in virtual reality, it's going to be a different beast. And I'm technical. Like, guys, I'm going to be known as the cyber pastor. Just start calling me that. That should be my nickname. I should totally change it right now. Still call me Dr. J. Call me the cyber preacher, right? Because like, guys, like when it comes to virtual reality, when that shows up, a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to function in it just because you don't know how to market yourself. And you have to market yourself more than ever in virtual reality because it's actually the real world. Like it's gonna be like the real world, right? And so, and so, like yeah, with this social media game right now, it's easy. All you got to do is post. All you got to do is follow, unfollow people. All you got to do is just do what the algorithm's telling you. What is the algorithm? It's just the way that the programmers programmed something to work, right? The way that the program blesses the programmers in the code blesses people from doing what they want to be done on the social media platform. So again, like when Facebook releases something new, like you know how they release reels. As soon as they release reels, then you need to be doing reels, right? As soon as they release Facebook stories, you need to start doing Facebook stories. Why? Right? Why? Because that's the way the algorithm works. When you start doing what the developers and algorithm wants you to do, then they're going to grow your platform. So they're going to put you on a different stratosphere than your other competition, which is other users on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever that platform is. And then they'll bless you so much with different followings, more people viewing your stuff, more people liking your stuff, that it'll grow even more. So that's why you keep on like planting your seeds upon many waters. Like that's the whole point of this live verse and why I do everything that I do. Like I know some people are like, man, like why you got so many Twitter accounts? Why you got so many Instagram accounts? Because I use Twitter as an example. So one way the programmers and the code on Twitter blesses the user is if you follow unfollow people, right? That's marketing your page, your pages, right? And I have 5 Twitter pages, right? So if I follow unfollow people on 5 Twitter pages, how many people is that a day? How many new people is that a day? That's 2,000 people. If I only had one Twitter account, that's 400 people in one day, right? Following unfollow people, 400 people, just 400 people in one day. That's not enough. If I have 5 accounts, which is the max now, I try to get another one, but like you can only have 5 different Twitter accounts. So if I now that I have 5 different Twitter accounts, now that's 2,000 new people a day. 2,000 new people I can send a DM to saying, welcome to my social media platform, my Twitter page. Look at my podcast, look at my YouTube channel, look at my Instagram page, look at all these other pages I got. And if you like them, follow me, like all my stuff, like, share it with other people. So that's one way I'm planting. Another way I'm planting seeds upon many waters, right? Meeting new people every single day just from sending a DM and following them. Right now, guys, you can't really do that on Instagram. You can, but like Instagram, they call it the Instagram police. They're so harsh, man. Like you do that for enough, they'll just ban you from posting, following people, just doing anything on Instagram. Like Instagram sucks. I like Twitter a lot, even though I lost my account. And Twitter support didn't do anything to get it back for me. So that's what my description says on my Twitter page, Trouble Don't Last. So you guys should totally check that out. But anyways, guys, like, and I've been saying it earlier in the video, like, how am I getting out of my situation? So like I like putting it like this. So like how are you gonna get out of poverty? Like how are you gonna stop being broke? How are you gonna be financially free, debt free and stuff? How do you want to get paid? Like what are you the best at that you can get a lot of money for? Because you're the best skilled at that, and you're only gonna evolve and get even better at it because that's your skill, that's your talent, that's your ability, right? So what is that for you? And you love doing it. It's not even work. So what is that for you? Because if you don't have to work because you're doing what you love, how much are you going to put into what you're doing, right? So because it's not work, it's something you love and do. So like preaching and teaching the Bible, and even like I won't say animating, but like drawing out and just doing anything that has to relate to animation, but not like the actual uh animating part on the computer because I'm not good at it yet. Like I don't have time to figure it out, stuff like that. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like I should plant seeds on doing that venture, but like you can't do everything, right? So that's another thing too. You got to really decipher on what what seeds are you going to plant, and not only that, what soil are you going to plant them on, and then which one's worth cultivating and which one's worth cutting a loss for. Like, so what's the point of cultivating the seeds that lay on the wayside? Like, so for me, that's what unbelievers, agnostics, people who only believe the Old Testament and don't believe the New Testament at all. Like, for people like that, I don't have nothing to say with you. What does light have to do with darkness? What does the devil have to do with Jesus? Like, nothing. Like, so for me, I plant seeds and they're gonna see it, but like, and all they're gonna do is stomp on it, trample on it, throw it away, destroy it. Like, they don't care about the message that I'm teaching and stuff like that. But that's not gonna stop me from planting seeds, right? And so I forgot what I was saying, but you guys get what I'm saying, man. Like, another way I'm planting seeds upon many waters is like with sermons. So teaching, preaching the Bible, doing sermons, Sunday school lessons. Just anytime I open my mouth, especially like right now, like a YouTube video. That's another way I'm planting seeds, right? It's another way to see me. Like, and that's the game with social media, guys. I'm gonna put you on game real quick. Like, if you're not using your social media platforms to market yourself, like my dad used to always say to me, and I'll never forget it because like he always says it. Like, he's like, "You're a brand, right? You're your own brand, and life's all about branding yourself. Like, you're like J.C. Penney, you're like Target, you're like Tesla, you're a company. Sean Christopher Jenkins, whatever your name is, you're a company, right? Your social media page is General Motors, it's Facebook, right? It's Twitter, like whatever you want to call it, right? So like, you're a company, your name, you have to market yourself in order to get you to where you want to go. You'll never see anybody successful in life that made it to the top in their field that didn't market themselves. They had to market themselves, or somebody marketed them. But either way it goes, you got to market yourself and stop paying people to do it for you. Do it for yourself. Then the people will come who want to do it. So like, I did pay somebody at one point, but then they started posting stuff that I don't like, and it was a lot of stuff, man. Like, they just held me back, right? But like, I can't wait till I get somebody to market my stuff, because like, I need somebody. If you're a social media marketer, and I can tell if you're one because I'm one, but you gotta be better than me. You gotta be better than me, right? In order to be my social media marketer. But like, I am looking for a social media marketer on my Instagram page, even my YouTube, my podcast, just anything other than my Twitter. I don't need an Instagram Twitter marketer, like, because I'm good with that. I need it on every other platform. But like, that's the key, guys. Like, even though you don't have it and you don't have that harvest yet, that don't mean you need to stop doing the work and just give up and don't try. Like, you got to plant seeds. So like, yeah, I told you guys I was going to show you guys an Instagram post that I posted a long time ago. So I posted this on May 10th, 2020, right? And it says your direction should be to plant seeds, right? So it's a guy with his hand out, going like this, basically, like that guy, that meme. But anyways, he basically got his hand out and he's throwing seeds down, like just planting seeds around, right? So it says your direction should be to plant seeds, because people may act like they are not listening, but they really are, right? And that's the whole point, guys. So many people shut down when one person doesn't like a post, or like, when I said it earlier, when something doesn't go their way. But that doesn't mean you stop. You give up doing what you love and give up fighting for the life that you want and stuff like that, right? You got to keep on planting seeds, baby. You got to keep on being persistent and work hard, work late nights, right? That's the only way you can get to success. I told you guys, the true measure of success is consistency, right? I said that earlier. And here goes another Instagram post. I haven't posted this yet, but it's on somebody else's page. But they said, like, what people see is just success. So success is like an iceberg. That's another photo I got for you guys. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna shit you guys with everything. Success is like an iceberg. All people see is that you're successful, you're famous, all they see is just you, like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. But we don't see the late nights, the sacrifice, the failures, the persistence that it took to get them to get them to where they are today, to get them known like they are today. We don't see their dedication, the hard work, the good habits, the disappointments that they suffered, right? We just see the end result, the end product, right? That's the iceberg illusion. It's an illusion, right? You want to be successful in life. You want to make it to the highest peaks in life and have that dream life that you're looking for, and just, be the top in your field and stuff like that, guys. You got to put in the work. You can't avoid the disappointments, the sacrifice, you got to have good habits. You have to get rid of bad habits, right? So like, it takes consistency, right? You got to make sacrifices that nobody else is willing to make in order to have things that nobody else has, right? Or have things that everybody else wants but can't get because they're too lazy. They're not willing to put in the work. and stuff like that. Well, let me go back to this photo, like, because guys, this photo's so bad, man. Like, you see this guy speaking on a podium, right? He's talking and he's holding up. Everybody sees his success, right? But nobody sees all the doubts that he had, all the criticisms that he faced. Nobody sees the risk that he took to get him to where he was today, the rejections that he faced. Do you know how many times you're gonna get rejected in order to get to the right people that God wants for you? Because guys, not everybody's gonna accept you. Not everybody accepted Jesus, but the right people will, right? That's the point of rejection. Rejection is God's protection, right? And so, yeah, guys, like that's the whole point of this video, man. Like the whole point of this video is just to talk about, how planting seeds any and everywhere is what we should be doing. That's the title of today's video. Planting seeds any and everywhere. The question is, how are you going to plant seeds? How is God calling you to plant seeds? So for me, I was talking about purpose earlier. Like, I'm passionate and love social media. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't even know if I have to say that. I hope my actions say that. Like, who puts in the work like I put in on social media? And I'm a one-man band. I post like people post with 3 social media managers on one account. Like all these pastors, Pastor Stephen Furtick, Michael Todd, Keon Henderson. Like these guys have a whole social media team. They don't, as a matter of fact, I don't even think they post like themselves. I think, actually, I know a lot of them, if not all of them, don't post themselves. Like somebody else posts on their behalf on their account. What, you got something you want to say? Okay. My fiance looked at me crazy. But you weren't? Okay. But anyways, before I was really looked at interruptedly or whatever. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. But guys, like, yeah, I'm a one-man band. I'm dangerous. Like, imagine when I get a social media team. I'm still gonna post like I post because I love posting. And then at that point, I probably have 2,000 posts ready to dish out on Instagram, which is just the Instagram photos that I post, right? So go to my Instagram page, by the way. Trouble Don't Last, and my other Instagram page, my_day_Bible. But that's just what Instagram, right? I can't tell you how many quotes I'm gonna have to post on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr and LinkedIn and stuff like that, guys. So yeah, man, that's the whole point, guys. Like, the whole point of this video was just elaborating on my life verse. So what is a life verse? A life verse is just something that you love. It's a verse that you love, first of all, a verse that touches you. Like you're passionate about this verse. Like, the Holy Spirit is telling you to implement this verse. The Holy Spirit is telling you, like, this verse is for you, and it reveals who you are, right? So I think, you tell me, does Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1 through 2, can you see my face on this verse? Like, because that's the Bible. You're a living Bible. You're a scripture verse, right? Like, people should be able to read God's word just by how you're living. You're a living example of Christ. The Bible reveals who Christ is in his children, right? It shows the light of the world, Jesus Christ, and also his children. We're the salt and light of the world, right? So, like, my scripture verse, my life verse is this: Ecclesiastes 11, verse 1 through 2. Tell me, does my social media pages do this? Tell me just from what I told you, right? All right, I'm done talking. All right, so Ecclesiastes 11, verse 1 through 2 says, ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. See, I want to talk about another venture I invested in. Being a computer scientist. I went to college for computer science, and I'm called to preach. I've been known I was called to preach before I even graduated high school at 17. That's when God told me. I kept on asking my senior year, that's fall, like crazy. Like, God, what college you want me to go to? What's my purpose here on this life? Like, what spiritual gifts do I have? Like, I asked him every day, just nagging him. Like, he finally told me way before I graduated. So at least December, November in 2010. So I graduated high school in 2011. So, like, when he told me, you're called to preach, like, he just told me through my actions what I was doing, how I was living, how I was operating. Like, I was literally sending out text messages every day of Bible verses, right? Every once in a while, I'll quote, but most of the time, Bible verses to all my friends, to my uncles, my mom, even, like, like to everybody on my phone. Like, I was always sharing the word, right? And then everybody always asking me about the Bible, and I didn't even know nothing. I was just saved, like, and like, so I was always preaching, teaching the Bible, teaching the word, like, and I always had it in me. And then on top of that, that's how you know you got the spiritual gift of preaching too, by the way. Like one of the many reasons. It's not just one way. Like you can interpret scriptures. Like not everybody can interpret scriptures. Like and actually like love studying the scriptures. Like let's break this down real quick. Do you know how hard it is to preach a sermon every single week? And you don't just preach a sermon every single week. You preach Bible studies too. Sometimes you go to another church. So that's 3 different messages, right? In 1 week. And then it accumulates. You gotta come with it every week. You know how much studying that takes, how much preparation, how much sacrifice, how many late nights that takes, how many no sleeps you're gonna get before you preach. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, how did I know it's called to be a preacher? Like, I was willing to put in that kind of work. Like, I love it. I don't. It's not a drag to me. Like, it's just something I do naturally. It's a habit. Like, I just got it way before I was saved. That's how I knew. Like, I had that right before I got saved. Like, you know, so like, I was get it when I got saved, right? So I love studying the Bible. It's not just no, and I like it any kind of way. But I like going deep. You know, I don't like just studying it, reading it at the surface level. No, I want to actually know what it's talking about, and I'm willing to do the work to figure it out. Whereas Greek, Latin, like that's just fun to me, right? But not everybody, no. Like go to seminary. That's how you know too. Like learn what they learn. Like what's like the homiletics, hermeneutics. Just learn all these different terms. You gotta learn. Take all these different classes: Latin, Greek, Hebrew. You'll figure out real quick if you love the Bible or not. Like and like studying. If you're called to preach, because you're willing to put in that work. If not, you can stop playing. And that's just only one way, guys. So like, I was trying to say, I always knew I was called to preach, but what did I invest in? I invested in being a computer scientist because technology. I knew coming out of college I would make $70,000 at the minimum. I made $70,000. Actually, my first job coming out of college was $80,000. This was an investment with computer science. Matter of fact, I hate being a software developer. I can't even say I like being a QA analyst. So I test what the software developers put out before it goes live, before it goes to the client, and before everybody can see it. So I make sure that there's no problems in the system before it goes out. That's why when y'all play NBA 2K or Madden, there's glitches and bad things in the game because somebody has to test it for those glitches and bad things in the game to not happen. So like they need to hire me. But anyways, that's why they suck. But 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 yeah, guys, that was an investment. But investments only last for so long. I'm not gonna be doing that forever. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna be preaching, teaching the Bible, being an author, animation. I already told you guys, I warned you. Like I'm gonna be really big on social media. Like God already told me. And then I feel it. I think you guys feel it too. Like especially you watch all the way to the end. So guys, like the whole point of this video is planting seeds any and everywhere. Like, how is your planting going? Not just that, how is the cultivation of that seed going? Because you got to cultivate it. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the sacrifice, the late night hours, all those things to get that seed to grow, right? You got to pull out the weeds, get rid of the thorns and everything that's around it, that's choking it and keeping it from growing when it does start blossoming and growing. Because that's another thing too. Once I do get to the heights where I want to, like guys, I want millions upon millions of followers. I want the most followers ever on social media. I know I'll get there. But when that happens, guys, do you know what it takes? Like thorns. Like people are gonna be criticizing me, talking about me. Like I'm black. You ain't saved because you're black. Like they're just gonna be saying crazy things. Like and those things can like suffocate you and get you off track, right? Of the goal of what God called you to do to get that seed to grow, right? Actually, you don't even get it to grow. That's another thing too. I've been saying it for the whole video, but let me fix what I just said. Like, you're not over the growth. You're not over the increase God is. All you can do is do the work, do your part, right? So just do your part and trust God for the increase. That's the video, man. Planting seeds any and everywhere. And I know it's working because I got a DM from my work, guys. It wasn't from my Twitter page. It wasn't from my Instagram page. It wasn't from my LinkedIn page. It wasn't from any of those pages. I got a DM from Ernst & Young, EY, somebody that worked there, saying that they saw my social media page. And it wasn't just them. Their mother-in-law saw it, right? So, oh my gosh, why did this dude? I tried to show you guys the DM, but sometimes my presentation sucks. Like, see, this is why they need me as a tester for Microsoft, y'all need to hire me. Like, why Microsoft can't a user have freaking 60 slides without it glitching and freezing when they're doing a freaking presentation on social media? You suck. Who's over Microsoft? Bill Gates. I know he's over IBM, but yeah, he is. Anything Windows. Windows suck, guys. Mac's the best. This is why Windows suck. Microsoft presentation, Microsoft Word. That's why nobody invests in Microsoft. Invest in Apple, guys. You know, Apple's never going up again. But anyways, guys, you guys get it, man. All right, so let's just end the video, man. I've been talking forever. All right. This is just going awful. Oh, this is so bad. Like, nothing's working for me. No, I'm not. Like, why does it keep on freezing on me? I try to make the screen big so everybody can see. But let me read some of the comments while we get presentation work. Interesting, live, but I'm on a class and have to leave, man. Sorry to see you go, man. I hope you watched the video all the way through. What's up, Lucky, by the way? Yeah, okay, guys. I'm not going to be able to get it. But, guys, you know my social media platforms. Uplift past Crossroads is my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on the post notifications so you know when I upload another video. And make sure, please, to like every video. Comment on every video. And share. Please share it. Share it, please. Share it to everybody you know, right? And I told you guys before, this is a continual series on my YouTube channel of life verses. So I'm just going to be taking different life verses that touch me. So verses in the Bible that touch me and resonate with me, and sharing you the revelation that God gave me through that verse and how I'm implementing that verse in my life. That's a life verse, guys. All right. And so perfectly, the whole Bible should be your life verse. But obviously, guys, there's 33,802 Bible verses or something like that. You're not a robot. You don't know everything God knows. Like, obviously, you're going to have the whole Bible as your life verse. But it'd be great. I mean, I wish I did, but we're human. We're just ordinary people. All right. And guys, like, if you like the Instagram post that I shared with you guys, I always describe Instagram page posts and Twitter posts that I post on my YouTube channel as well. So check out this playlist on Uplift past Crossroads to see any time that I've done that with sermons and Bible studies and stuff like that. And then, yeah, man, my Facebook, Sean Christopher Jenkins, like, Microsoft, you suck. Let me go to my Facebook page because it won't let me show anything. This is my Facebook page, Sean Christopher Jenkins. Befriend me if you got any questions. This is the place to ask me on my Facebook page and on my LinkedIn, Sean Christopher Jenkins. I'll see your DM on those. I will not see it anywhere else. Maybe my Instagram pages, right? And then my Twitter, Snap, TikTok, Instagram, troubledontlast. And then also my other Instagram page is my_day_Bible. My Tumblr page is troubledontlast #1 right here. So yeah, befriend me on all my platforms, share all my stuff. I post great stuff. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I pray that this life verse blessed your life, and that I pray that now this life verse is your life verse. Ecclesiastes 11, verse 1-2, and you apply it into your life, and so that you can see all your ventures, all your investments just prosper and increase like crazy. Because I know mine are, right? The longer I live on this earth, the higher they're gonna go, baby. Right? And so yeah, that's what I was trying to say too, guys. Like, I invested in many things, and I pray all of them grow like crazy so that I can invest in even more stuff, right? So a lot of times people trying to invest in certain things that you're not ready for. You got to be faithful with where you're at. You got to be faithful with the little things. Then the big things come, right? So don't be trying to, like, for me, I can't invest in animation right now. Like, I can, but like, it'll be limited. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it'd be added onto my plate or what I already have going on. So I'm not ready to do that load. I got to be faithful with the little ventures I'm on right now and keep on planting seeds in those. Then I could be faithful with that one. Then God's going to bless me with that one, right? So that may be the same case with you. So just be faithful with the little ventures, right? The little things you know to do, because the little things adds up. And that's the next video I'm doing, guys. So get ready for it. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Peace out. Thanks for watching all the way through. This video was way too long. Way too long. All right, bye.